everybody, it's Rev Jen. How are you all doing today? I'm good. Today is February 12th, and today is my father's birthday. He was born back in 1933, so he would have been 93 years old today. Usually for his birthday, I do something special for him. Either I eat his favorite dessert, or I have a cocktail. Most of the time, I tend to watch some of his favorite movies. One of them is called The Al Jolson Story, starring Larry Parks, which came out in 1940s. And my father was a big fan of Al Jolson. Al Jolson was very famous back in the early 1900s and 1920s. He made the first talking picture. And when I was growing up, my father actually listened to his music, played his records. So I grew up listening to Al Jolson, and Al Jolson happens to be one of my favorite singers. When I was a teenager, I would always say to my friends, I listen to The Who, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, Al Jolson, the Andrews Sisters, and Gene Autry. And my friends had no idea who Al Jolson was, or the Andrews Sisters, or Gene Autry. And that's understandable. But I'm a big Al Jolson fan. And today, I was planning to go to go to the river, hang out there. But it didn't work out the way I planned it. So I decided in the afternoon just to play one of Al Jolson's movies, have a cocktail, and just, think about my father. Well, while I was listening to the movie, or I should say watching the movie, I had the strong urge to eat chocolate. Now, my father wasn't really into chocolate. He was more into coconut. But I had the strange, strong urge to eat chocolate. Didn't have any in the house. So I had to go to the store to get chocolate. And I had this urge also to go to the woods. I'm watching the movie and having a cocktail, and I couldn't take it anymore. I had to go and get chocolate. So, put my coat on, put my boots on, figure I'm going to go to the store and get some chocolate. And I went outside. And once I was outside, the feeling to get chocolate sort of changed, and I decided to go to the woods. I had this strong feeling to go to the woods. So I'm walking down the road. Now I see my neighbor driving and parking in her parking space, and I just kept walking. And I ran into her later, and she said something to me. But in the meantime, as much as I wanted to go to the store and get chocolate, which is going to my left, I just went to my right. Started walking down the road, hit the road, get to a corner, made a right, and just started walking down the road towards the woods. Don't know why I felt that way. And I just kept walking. And I started taking pictures, started taking videos, and I kept walking toward the woods. Now, unfortunately, because all the snow and everything, I couldn't get into the woods. Actually, walk into the woods and walk around the woods. So I sort of stayed by the road, but I stood there and I looked at the trees and I had a feeling that my father was with me. He loved nature, he loved water, he loved the beach. And my feeling for chocolate, that strong feeling for chocolate went away. And I just stood there by the woods and just looking around and thinking of my father. And when the time was right, it was time for me to go back home. And I turned around and I walked home, and the feeling for chocolate totally disappeared. As I'm getting closer to my house, I see my neighbor walking towards me. She's going to the bus stop to pick up her children. I said, hi, hi. And I said, let me share with her what I'm feeling today. And I told her today's my father's birthday and, blah, blah, blah. And she said to me, she says, I was wondering. She says, I saw you when I was parking the car. I saw you going in that direction. And I wondered, like, where were you going? Because she knows during the winter months, I never go in that direction. I always go to my left. When she sees me, she knows exactly where I'm going. I'm going to the store. This time, I turned to the right. And she couldn't figure out where was I going. So I told her, I shared my experience with her. We got into chocolate and my father's birthday and the woods. And I said to her, you know what? I'm going to go and get my chocolate. Because I know later on I want chocolate. And at 8 o'clock at night, which normally I go to bed at that time, I am not going to go to the store when it's pitch black and I have to wear headlights to get to the store. So I went to the store and I got my chocolate, came back home, and finished watching the movie. And I enjoyed the movie very, very much. But I knew it was my father. For some reason, directed me to the woods. He knows I love the woods. He knows I love nature. And after he passed away, he knew that that's how we would connect. So at those moments in the woods, I connected with my father. And I'm so very grateful for that. I really am. I love him. And I miss him dearly. I truly do. And I know someday in the future, him and I will be back together again. Thank you so much for listening to my story. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Take care. Until next time.